Howdy, folks. We're back. How is it going? Feeling rested. So yeah, pulling up some Outer Wilds. Let's bop around with the twins and see what madness we can wreak. Ideally, we can finally figure out what the hell is up with the anglerfish. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-bow. Loading up. Hello again, humans. Huzzah! Was the butterfly spawning successful? Pew pew. Oh yeah, the volume's a lot more correct for me this time. I'm pretty darn confident that I accidentally hit the volume switch on my headphones. Yeah, I sent some slow vids and pics in general. Awesome. Let's take a look. Get the game queued up and look at some mods, which genuinely like this game at least to me is a lot about like yes, there's all of this cool alien technology and whatnot, but a lot of it is about finding the wonder and joy in just all of the weird nature on those planets. And that's I don't know. So like I think looking at the moths, the night butterflies. Oh, so you've got it set up as like a little so it's a little place that attracts them. Yeah, it's I think I'll need to do like a Google I'll need to do a Google Lens thing to see if I can determine the stuff. I think these would typically be referred to as moths in English. Um, but I love them a lot, and that's they go through similar process. I don't even know if I don't know if they're actually like taxonomically different. Oh, the little guy. Um, but yeah, that's so cute. That's awesome. That's just pretty little guys. You've got the little light so that they're also attracted there. That's awesome. That's I don't I know I've heard it's like the phrase to moths to a flame, right? Is this semi inner wilds? Yes. Like moths to a flame. I don't know why they like light though. Um, I assume it probably has something to do with, food or mating, but I don't know exactly what. Well, that's cool. Thank you for sharing. I need to do more like wildlife spotting around where I'm at. We've got some cute nocturnal life. Ooh, yep, yeah, now that my volume's back up, it's definitely a little loud. So let's give it one moment. Let's just bump down the audio a little bit. Like, I enjoy the audio in this game, it's kind of important, but I want to also make sure I don't deafen folks. No one knows why the butterflies like light. Huh. That's interesting then. I wonder what reflex I wonder what the reflex is getting confused with, I guess, then. Ah, okay, so now we're filling in about the twins. Okay. So yeah, so this is sort of like a whole big constellation of the things, and we've gotten the webs, and then we're connecting things together more and more. So subsurface energy readings. Shuttle's equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface. Two of the Nomai located fish on the ice on the interloper's sunward side. They descended inside to investigate. Oh, so we're learning actually more about the comet. We've landed on the comet, but I didn't realize there was more to it. Nomai, okay. Long after its arrival in the solar system, the shuttle's equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface. Clary, the Nomai who stayed behind, lost contact with the other two after they descended below the interloper's surface. Huh. Okay. Huge cylindrical structure that generates a strong upward gravity field. I recalled a Nomai shuttle from the interloper. Interesting. Okay. So let's get back to the twins. I really want to figure out the anglerfish, but if I ever had sugarcane juice. Ooh. I'm trying to, I think I have. I guess I don't know if it was like officially sugarcane juice, but I've had canned sugarcane and I drank some of the syrup that was in it. If that counts. I remember chewing on it. It was a really strange but really pleasant experience. 10 out of 10 would again. Okay. So I think our best bet was entering. Don't think it counts? Alright, well then I have not. Undershot target? I would almost say overshot, but sure, whatever ship's computer. There's the sun station that we've tried and failed to get to. Okay. Actually, this energy thing might also be a very good entry point, because I remember it's got, it shows off where we need to go to get into the town, and then we want to go up through the angler, or not the anglerfish way, up through the stepping stone way. Okay. Yeah, and we've got our spacesuit. This is ground control to Major Johann. Yeah, no, that doesn't really scan. Need to find where it says the path is. Probably not super common where I live, but here in Brazil, people drink it more often than lemonade. That's from it. While it was not a prepared thing, it's a very unique flavor, and in a similar way to like how lemonade is sweet, but it's got like a little sourness to it. From what I remember of the sugarcane flavoring, it was almost rather than like a sour to sort of counterbalance it. It was almost more of like an umami, like almost more of like a slightly savory thing. Oh, this is loud. This looks like a really fun game. It really is. This is, if it's one you're interested in playing, I might recommend against watching, purely because it is one that is very. It's got a gimmick that adds a lot if you're surprised by it. But it's also, we're a little later on, so if you're not too worried about it, don't worry about it. But yeah, so it's a very fun game. It's about, we've got a little solar system that we get to run around and explore, and we're trying to solve. I don't want to say specifically what it is, in case you're worried about spoilers. If you stick around for until it happens, then I'll feel totally fine. But yeah, it's basically there's a solar system wide mystery, kinda sorta, that we're trying to solve. And we've got sort of limited time, and there's a lot of danger when we're trying to do it. But it's also very cozy. There's a lot of music going around. Not worried about spoilers? All right. So we're caught in a time loop. The sun blows up every 20 or so minutes. So there's an ancient race called the Nomai, which have left a bunch of artifacts and such, one of which seems to be like memory-saving statues. And we activated one before the solar system exploded, so now we've got the option to basically keep going over and over again until something. We don't know what. Maybe there isn't even a resolution to the game, but I suspect ultimately our goal is to stop the sun from exploding, which probably means stopping the comet that hits it, which is the thing called the interloper that we were reading about a little bit earlier. Currently, we are exploring the caves of the Ember Twin. These two planets are sort of a like hourglass type thing with the sand pouring back and forth. We're trying to explore in here, to learn more about some anglerfish that we encountered on another planet that there's a fossil of here, and also to learn more about some projects that seem to have something to do with the explosion of the sun every time loop. So that's kind of where we're at, and I'm getting very lost in the caves. We don't add sugar to it because, well, I'll let you guess why. Is it perhaps because it's already really sugary? I remember it was very sweet, but yeah, it wasn't just like purely sweet, even though I guess it was not sugarcane juice, but the essentially preserves. But yeah, and then we've got a ship. The freedom of motion in this game is really nice because it's true 3D motion, so and your spacesuit allows you to hop around a little bit as well. Thanks for this telling what's going on. That's an interesting idea for a game. Yeah, just trying to give a little brief rundown. It's really cool. It also makes really heavy use of music. So like that's Gabros, one of the other space travelers. He plays like pipes. Someone over there playing harmonica. Esker whistles, losing track of him. There's also someone that plays banjo. Where's Rebek? There we go. but it's all the same song, and you can even like get the planets to line up and such. It's just it's very nice. It's very cozy, and it makes really good use. One of the reasons why I bumped this so early in my playing queue, because I only got it recently, was because Orisk was talking about this. We were playing some Hollow Knight, and we were discussing how we sort of felt about that game, and Orisk was pointing out that oh god, this is terrifying. We need to feed the fish, it says, so that will help us find where to go when we're going up the stepping stones. Okay. Yeah, you can take pictures. Oh god. Guess I really didn't need to take a picture there, but oh well. But it makes really good use of the fact that it is a game. It understands that. It makes really interesting use of the camera and such. Oh, we fell lower than I meant to. It makes good use of the music and the environment. It does a very good job of understanding that it's a game and taking that interactivity to a really high level. Okay, so this is talking Stepping Stone Cave. Go to Stepping Stone Cave and then up and into the Fossil Fish Cave. So it says feed the fish, which is what we did. Yep, throw a light in. And so we get to learn, even though we die every 20 minutes, right? We're learning a little bit more each time, so we come back and we're able to push a little further or try something new and get to learn even more about it, which is a really compelling way of handling exploration in what is altogether a fairly small space, all things considered. So speaking of anglerfish, have you heard the song? Yes, I did. I listened to that last night. Again, as with a lot of things, I have not, like, sat with it and fully percolated, but for a song that is literally about one of the most horrifying ways, horrifying reproductive methods possible, it's kind of pleasant. So I think we're trying to hop around. Oh, hop around here. Is that more like an adventure or a puzzle game? I would say, I think that's a tough thing to pin. I would probably, I think the core of it is a, the core of the loop is more like an adventure game. I think, end goal is more of a puzzle, if that makes sense. So, we're going around and it feels like you're adventuring and exploring, but it's ultimately to solve a puzzle. Oh god, we're running out of oxygen. Playing Fossil Fish game tonight? Yeah. Fossil Fish enter Fossil Fish Cave easy to see. Good, small enough to climb in the hole at that. Okay, yes, so that we've read all of this before. Okay, makes sense, awesome. Yeah, because, like, occasionally you have to solve, like, a little puzzle to figure out a new place to go, but... Oh, okay, so that's just... We've been there. Oh, the music is getting real weird. But yeah, a lot of it is just like, oh, can you move quickly enough to not pause your... Oh, we're back to the main cavern. That's okay, though, because now we can light it up, and that will hopefully... We will get some refreshed oxygen. Ah! Refresh our oxygen. Ah! And then light it up. How old has Sank saying there's a link in the sidebar made you feel, because that made me instantly develop arthritis in the joints? Yeah. I will say it didn't immediately because I'd kind of forgotten about the sidebar, but okay, so that's the stepping stones. But seeing like screenshots from old stuff of like, oh, today we're going to be talking about, you know, X, Y, or Z internet drama, and here's like a screenshot of the video that someone took down and its old YouTube interface. I'm like, oh, I remember when it looked like that. Oh god, I remember when it looked like that. Yeah, that feel old and creaky. Another one that really got me, Yahoo Games came up the other day. I was like, oh, I remember that. I remember Yahoo Games. Playing Penguin Diner and Age of Defense. I know, said, no, it's a game, but does it use any, like, special IRL things as mechanics or something? Admittedly, I'm not fully following that. I think we might have caused problems for ourselves here. But it's not, I wouldn't say that any of the mechanics are in and of themselves very special. Like the cameras I think are interesting. It's using, there's nothing that's like IRL, but oh, actually we should follow the scout because that will give us a rough idea of what the direction of the anglerfish cave is. Ah, look at me being smart. Except that doesn't seem to be working. Okay. So we'll probably need to do another, take another crack at this. We were too slow. But it does, oh, or no, never mind. I'm actually a genius. Okay, there we go. Sorry, one moment. I will finish that thought. I just want, the sand is rising, and I want to make sure that we actually get this information. Okay, whoever was it when we ended last time is the anglerfish. Rule change, the anglerfish now has to wear a blindfold, and do not peek. The rest of us, the little fish, line up against one wall. When the anglerfish says go, the little fish sneak across to the other side. If the anglerfish catches you, you're eaten. Last little fish to be caught is the new anglerfish. The old anglerfish gives the new anglerfish the blindfold and becomes a little fish. Okay, so it's rules of the game. Why are we changing it? It's too hard if you can't see anything. Aunt Pie says real anglerfish are blind, so you have to wear a blindfold. The rule stands. That's the info. Rule update. It's okay if younger kids don't wear the blindfold when they're it. The rest of us will still wear it for the scientific accuracy and to make the game more even. Okay. Interesting. That's useful, so that might help us out a bit. Not that good at English, so text can be a bit confusing. Yeah, no worries. So that's, I want to be clear whenever I was like, oh, you know, I'm not following. No shade to anyone's English, because guess what? You know English better than I know your language, right? That's always my perspective on it. If it's something where I am having a little trouble, I might try and ask some follow-up questions because I wanna make sure that I'm understanding what's being said, because it's important to me. Oh, okay, yep, this is going to be a real horrific death, isn't it? Okay, great. Loud incorrect buzzer, uh-oh. Used to answer questions on Yahoo Answers and it's been long gone. Yeah, man. Ugh. Yeah, Yahoo. Remember when that was a thing? Well, let's find out how this goes. So I guess I'm not quite understanding when you say like real life mechanics, because when I think real life, I think like real world. So something. Oh no! 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 I did not like that. Sometimes you think you know English more than your native language, and that might be the case, but I can tell you, you sure as hell know a lot more English than I know Portuguese, right? It's like, ich spreche nur ein bisschen Deutsch, yo hablo un poco de español, I also de un po de italiano. You know, like, I know a little bit of a lot of languages, but I don't speak any of them well, and am not conversational in any of them. I could maybe hold something in German, for a little bit, and I could probably muddle through a Spanish conversation. Not very well, but I could at least get the rough gist and get across, what I'm trying to do. But yeah, so when I hear IRL mechanics, or like real life mechanics, Alakaj, I'm assuming like things that are interacting with the real world, which I know there are some games that do, or like forcing you to think about things outside the game, but I don't think that's what you're quite asking about. But basically the things that I look at this game and say, this is really good mechanics. The motion feels very good. The way you move around in 3D is very, it feels very realistic, which is very cool. Like in space, if you just push a little in one direction, you keep going. You can be on a planet, and if you go too high, you leave the gravitational area. Like, do the game use like IRL physics thingies or chemical thing? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, it uses relatively realistic physics for moving around. One of my favorite experiences in this was jumping around a planet and then going a little too high and leaving the orbit. So I'm now just floating in space with nothing to keep me on the planet. That was so deeply terrifying. Almost more terrifying than getting crushed like we just did. But But yeah, it does a very good job with that. There's not a lot of like chemistry. There's not something where you are making new things much. There's not like crafting. But we've got cameras, which it uses the in-game cameras very interestingly. So like we can send the scout out to look at stuff. Yeah, it does a lot more than most, and it was, whew. But yeah, so like we can use our scout to take pictures and move around. There's quantum objects, which we need to observe, and we can use the camera to do that with. So they exist as long as we're looking at them. I'll point it out. It will be easier to show. Then a lot of it's just like, a lot of it's reading, but it's just sort of, it's the motion and the cameras do a really good job of feeling immersive. I can't speak Italian to save my life, but I'm able to read and understand nearly everything if the text is not too technical. Understanding jargon in your own language is already difficult as is. Yes, very true. And it's like, yeah, I don't know a whole lot of Italian. I grew up hiking with a number of Italians, so I've picked up a couple of phrases. Most of what I can do is, so un po' di italiano. Sono è molto difficile, ma mi piace. It's very difficult, but I like it. You can also say sono gettono pesce. They throw fish, and I remember that snow is like neve, but I don't recall a whole lot of it, unfortunately. But I'm assuming that part of why you're able to do that is thanks to again, Portuguese. I assume no, we've had this conversation. I think I said, oh, like Portuguese is a Romance language, but it's not quite. But it's, I assume there's enough overlap between Portuguese and Italian where you, with a bit of learning, you can read it, but then trying to actually deal with people speaking it or getting into technical stuff, it's like, look, man. So used to play a game here when one player was the anglerfish and wore a blindfold. The rest of the children, the little fish, lined up against one wall. When the anglerfish said go, the little fish had to sneak across to the other side. The blindfold rule was added because real anglerfish are blind, so they can't see us. I don't quite get how that's, what effect that has on us, but that is interesting. So more in the old settlement and more in Sunless City. I think the fact that I know Spanish probably helps more than the Portuguese, but yes, sorry. It's French, Spanish, and Italian are all very related. And then Portuguese is somewhat related to Spanish, yes. Or at least you can gather things like the, wait, I'll try it again. Oro to oro. So that's where my brain was going, but yeah. I remember when I was younger, I went, oh, you know, why bother learning Spanish? Just learn Latin and then you'll be fine with all three. It's like, that's not quite how it works, unfortunately. I think French is way further from Italian than Portuguese. Interesting. I don't know an awful lot of French. Like, there's definitely overlap, but maybe that's somewhere sort of like with the Nordic languages where it's like a few that are just a little further apart than the others. The game really reminds you of, Mindustry, or Mindustry? I've seen the name, I don't think I've played it. It's a free mobile game that you can play on computer too, probably, because you've seen videos on a PC. I've heard of it, I'm not super familiar. Oh, hey, maybe that planet's gonna be a little close. Okay, yeah, like, don't hit the Ember Twin. Yeah, I think I've heard that name before. I was not under the impression that it was, sort of space exploration. At least in terms of pronunciation, an Italian person will have much easier time trying to understand a Portuguese speaker than a French one. Gotcha. Yee, okay. It's goated? Hell yeah. But is it goated with the sauce? I've come to understand that that is one of the phrases the cool hip kids say. Please think I'm relevant? No. Okay, what's this? I don't remember. Oh, is this like an orbital model? Ooh! Me? Distractible? Never. So, these are like showing the alignment of planets? Interesting. Yeah, totally. Oh my god, so it's an orbital model. Let's read. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note, it disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? But I found your note. Nellera, kindly count me among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move to another location? This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. Finish the Accelerator manga epic? Nice! I'm glad. Time to read the one spin-off I've heard has Yuri in it. I still need to I think Shimeji Station is another one by the GLT mangaka that apparently has Chi in you in parts of it. One thing about Portuguese and Spanish is that we have a lot of the words that are the same spelling and pronunciation but have completely different meanings. Yep. Well, I think I've heard that called like a false friend, where it's like, oh, you think it's the same and it is not. Her brother's boyfriend just said something like, oh, where am I? Well, he was sleeping it. So yeah, when you hear the little sleep talking, and it's like, oh, what is going on in their mind? So okay. So talking about the quantum moon, but I agree, our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon so we can always know where it is. That would be good. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. I know that's not what you meant by Yuri, but it reminded me. So Johan, do you know about the other manga that Girls Last Year that has the, I believe that's Shimeji Station. I think that's the one I'm talking about. Has a cute little gal that grows mushrooms on her head. I've heard that too, but I prefer the technical term false cognate. That probably is more accurate. I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. So they were trying to figure out a tracking method for it. Is that what this is? Yeah. I read a little bit of it. I should read more. Simulation, that was it, not station. Oh, this is so cool though. Actually getting to stand here and look at, oh my god. Oh, that's so cool. Also, by the way, I'm playing this on the lowest graphics and it's still gorgeous. Mushrooms on the head? Susie from Little... Oh my god, yeah, Susie from Little Witch Academia. God, we're getting so close to that to the interloper. Wait, what if we land on the interloper? You're so delayed, no worries. Spanish, apellido, surname. Portuguese, apellido, nickname. Oh, so your proper family last name versus... Oh yeah, no, this is just what my friends call me. I can't see any confusion arising from that. No siree. Is this a game you need a good PC for? I don't think it needs to be super good. I was able to run it on highest settings on, like, my laptop is pretty decent. It's a dedicated gaming laptop. It's pretty decent. It was struggling with it, when streaming. I've fired it up when I was without streaming, and it was perfectly fine handling even the highest graphical settings, but I think it's just a lot for my laptop to be streaming the game and recording the game and playing the game at a high resolution. So I don't know if it is super high spec, but I think the big problem is the fact that I'm doing so much else at the same time. So, aceite oil, Portuguese aceite, except, huh. Because, I mean, like, even Geometry Dash makes my laptop kind of chug. You know, it takes a lot of effort if I'm streaming and recording it. Essie is back, huzzah! Okay, there's like the white hole thing. Okay. So, said something about a, like, preface on the sun side. So, or a canyon. So is there a way into the interloper? False cognates? Yes. That got brought up, because, talking about, like, Italian listening to Portuguese versus French. Okay, so that looks like something we can go in. Love this one. Spanish camelo, mistake. Portuguese camelo. Camel. Although, honestly, are we sure that those aren't just synonyms? Oh. Okay, so that's not... I thought that would go deeper than it did. Okay. So, we're looking for an entry point on the sun side, I assume. Oh, this is... Boingy boingy. I think the ship is best for trying to explore this, but I do also like that the map has the North and South Pole. I find that kind of funny. Because I guess it does have a pole, but it feels a little goofy. Spanish person, that's a huge mistake. Portuguese speaker, where? Where's the camel? And what's the mistake? Yes, a huge camel. But I do like that camels, that the same word can mean camel or mistake depending on the language, because I think camels might have been a mistake. European Portuguese, banheiro, lifeguard. These guys at the beach, yeah. Brazilian Portuguese, banheiro, bathroom. Oh, that could have... I could see how that could cause some confusion. Okay, so let's look around the back of this. Okay. Does not seem like anything. I wonder... I don't think it melts as it goes, so... How are we supposed to get in there? Are we supposed to get in here? Because I don't... Like, it talks about a canyon. And yet... I don't really see anything like that. So let's review that. Oh, quantum moon locator. Hey, yo! No, I hypothesized that the quantum moon might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. Okay, makes sense. But we want... Where was that? It was... Interloper. It was over here. That was it. Frozen Nomai shuttle. Long after the arrival, equipment heard strange energy readings coming from somewhere beneath the surface. Nomai, who stayed behind, lost contact with the other two after they descended below the interloper's surface. A fissure in the ice on the interloper's sunward side. Okay. So, strange readings. So we aren't going to get outer wilds, folks. It could be quantum fluctuations. It's not. Distress beacon? No. Deep space radio. So there's got to be some sort of signal somewhere, but... Also, wait, which side is sunward now? I guess sunward is a very relative thing. But like, so this is the front. This has not gotten any lower. The ice physics were just bopping around. Okay. Maybe one of these will lead below the surface. I think, however, I'm just going in a loop around it. Yeah, okay, so... Jump up. Woo! Be careful. Yeah, we can just jump around. Okay, so that's the white hole. So then... Hold on. So the sun... Okay, we should be able to see the sun here soon. Oh, we're looking at the sun. Okay. So where's this fissure they speak of? Despido. Dismissal. Portuguese despido. Nude male. Oh god. Dismiss the nude male. I also love that there's an entire word for that. Ah! Oh, okay, so we're on the icy thing. The deep space satellite. We've been out to that. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot going on with that, though, which I also find interesting that they bothered making it, even if there isn't a lot that's going on with it. So I feel like I must be missing something. Turn on our flashlight. Oh, okay. Okay, so maybe it's this side. Because that looks like... This looks like a station. It's just a masculine... Oh, gotcha, gotcha. I understand. Oh, so this is the frozen shuttle, so this is where it is. Huh. May you guess what the conjugation for the verb sir is for the indicative formal, second person plural past more than perfect is? I know that in Spanish, sir is to be. I remember that Portuguese has a lot of ways to conjugate things, but for the life of me, I don't know how that works. So I'm going to guess the dumbest thing I can, which is it's still just sir. Forays? Oh my god, it is melting. Oh, okay. So that's quite useful. So it must come and go. Interesting. But we're kind of getting close to things going real bad, aren't we? Don't worry about... Oh, no, 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 no. So, we're gonna get a real good tan. Oh, whoa, wait, no, okay, we slingshotted out. Okay. So gravity messed with us, but, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine. Everything's good. It's all good. Everything's... Okay, we're boosting to try and catch up with it. We're alive, somehow. I thought I was orbiting, but I think there was enough velocity in the right direction that we were able to... I think we're going to run out of fuel. Yep. Would have known the third person. Okay. It's okay, we're still getting further away from it, but we got enough fuel. We're gonna start making our way back. And now, okay. See, it's all good. Farah. Okay, so, okay, Farah. Okay. This is fine. Who needs oxygen? I'm a little worried about the ship being pretty far away, but we'll figure it out. 3 minutes of oxygen. Maybe we should try and hit the ship. That was intense, to say the least. But so after the first pass, I'm guessing, is so now the fissure is opened up. Oh, I think our ship is going back to it. Yeah, our ship just landed on it. I hope that doesn't go too poorly. Probably leave because it's already like 2 a.m. Stay longer if you could, but yeah, no worries. I know it's late for folks. Thanks for hanging out as long as you did. Get some good rest, Alakash, and thank you for sharing the mods. Okay. Come on, make it back. I hope that there's something left of our ship, because we could really use the oxygen. I think it froze. I think it all froze back up. So maybe this ain't the run. Yeah. Okay. Specifically lock onto the ship. There we go. Okay. Ouch. That hurt, but as long as we can get in... I know fuel level is critical. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Healing and refueling. Phew. Okay. We can probably repair the ship. I guess we just want to stick around, but it's gonna take a while for it to melt again, I think, so I'm not sure what we're actually gonna get done this run. Ah! I'm trying to repair the ship. Ah! So, exquisito, exquisite, esquisito, strange. Huh. That's again, they feel, I can see them being a little bit related, but I can also see how confusion would arrive. God, we're skating around at the speed of sound. Does any other part need to be repaired? No? Okay, our ship is fine. Okay. Just a little hop. Hop, skip, and a jump. So yeah, so front side. Oh, is that the white hole station? Wait, was that white hole or dark bramble? Guess what Pushe? Pushe means. Okay, that's the white hole. Wow, okay. Wow, we are far out. Pushe. I'm thinking, it's probably not at all related, but I'm thinking like Puka, which is, in, like, Celtic mythologies, it's like a sort of shapeshifter spirit, so maybe Pusha means, like, to change form. Oh my god, there's a little snowflake! Ah, adorable! This one makes sense. Pilato, bald man. Pilato, naked man. Yep. That one does indeed make sense. Means pull? Really? Pusha means so to push is to pull. That is also fun when, yeah, it's, oh, that would be perfectly clear in this language, and then in a different one, it's like, no, that... The languages didn't coordinate. Can't imagine why not. Okay, fine. We're nearest to Dark Bramble. I don't think we're going to get it to, melt again. Bruja! I do know Bruja. Because I've heard that in Spanish. There was, I think it was a, like, Mexican metal band that did a song called Brujarera. So it's like witch or witchcraft. False cognate moment. Yep, exactly. Okay, let's go to Dark Bramble. Let's touch some anglerfish. That sounds perfectly normal. There we go. Brujarera means witchcraft. Okay. So we want to find Mr. Harmonica Man. I assume this is how we'll do it. Angler fishies, I know, I'm so afraid. Wait, is there... Hold up. Oh no, that's the White Hole Station. I'm like, what? Feed him Wormhon? No! I like Wormhon. Don't feed my alter ego to the little fishies. We've already gotten crushed under the intense pressure. But fish food? Is that all you think of me? I'm fish food? Wormhon to be protected. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine feeding them my physical self. They can have my meat suit, but come on. Wormhon precious. Weird meat suit that pilots Johan? We can do without. Okay, so I want to figure out which of these is not moving. Or I guess we can shoot the scouts at them, which seems terrifying and upsetting. Okay, so that one's an anglerfish butt. What else do you feed them? Me! The meat puppet behind Johan. Okay, so that's the stationary one. So let's try that. So the anglerfish are blind, so we just need... Don't know if we need to be quiet or what. Fine. Or we could find just a generic worm. Oh, I forgot to make use of the yes, of the welcome buck. Okay. I don't know if we need to be quiet or not. Yeah. Hey. Wormhon Precious. Welcome back. Welcome back to this terrifying hellscape. Okay. Okay. I don't think this is a quantum behavior, but that certainly does feel a little quantum. Okay. Feel like we're going deeper and deeper in layers. The original blank Skywalker? Starwalker, sorry. So those are both going to be anglerfish, right? Oh, well, you know what? Screw it. Solar system's about to end, so let's just fly around, and if we get eaten, we get eaten. We might even sacrifice a wormhon. Oh, from Deltarune, okay. What are you? What is the core of this planet? If I get eaten, so be it. What? Okay. Hey, angler fishies. Oh dear God. Can we dodge? Nope. Okay. Build a house of campfires, no hurt wormhon. Well, we just got nommed. So they were really clustered together there. Nom nom delicious Johann, I guess. I got kissed? If that's how a kiss goes, I'm perhaps rethinking the whole idea of being interested in romance. It's a little more teeth than I'm down for. Oh, there was the quantum moon. I think we can fit one more run in, unless we have a super quick death run. Yay! Blue thing. That's how you kiss. Well, I suppose I shall remain romantically celibate. Okay. Oh, have we not? We haven't visited Hollow's Lantern, huh? We don't have a lot from. We really don't have a lot from Dark Bramble. Must be true. We put a welcome back after it? Exactly. What else could it be? Okay. Well, let's try both Dark Bramble and the Interloper. I know there's more on the twins, but I think we got from the twins what we need to ultimately explore Dark Bramble and learn a bit more about the Interloper, which will then hopefully help us bounce back to them. Hey, you know what I should probably do? Set a waypoint. Okay. Okay, we are tracking it now. Oh, hey, no, is that is the quantum moon, right? Yes. We could also try and explore it. Hold up. What pasta Portuguese means? Please tell me it means noodle. Like pasta, like actual, like pasta the dish? Nope. Oh no. Take a rear view snapshot is R. Okay. There we go. Means paste? Alrighty then. So is this a game with missions, or are you free to explore and not do anglerfishes? I think you can explore and not do anglerfish, but you won't necessarily find all the answers that you're looking for. Oh, damn it, what? Oh, the landing, because the landing camera gets rid of the image. Gotcha. Okay. What pasta is in Portuguese? Wait, so there's multiple ones in or did you mean Spanish there? So it means paste. So it means paste in Portuguese. Then in Spanish, pasta. I'm gonna say enough because I know in Italian, basta is enough. And that seems sufficiently goofy. Oh, no. Oh, they mean what is the word for pasta? Oh. I have no earthly idea. I don't. Nudella. Thought you just explore space and you come across planets where you can enter museums and stuff and learn about the planet and their people. It's masa? Okay. Masa. Masa pasta. So, essentially, so there's no defined mission. You can just bop around. But a lot of the things that you learn on one planet help you learn a little bit more about the other ones, and there's like a whole meta narrative about like, so why is the sun exploding? Why are we in a time loop? And we're learning more and more about that. And I think ultimately, there's probably a way to stop the time loop to save things, but don't know for sure. So it's sort of I don't know. I can't actually answer that fully, but you can avoid the anglerfish. I don't know if you will ever reach an end state, if there even is an end state. I don't know if there is one. We don't know yet because we haven't managed to get past the anglerfish. I don't even know if we can. Maybe there's nothing here, but there is someone. What masa means in English. So like what the literal translation would be. Maybe like flower. But like, so we do know about in Dark Bramble, it means mass. So we know, we've seen Dark Bramble seems to have, mass go attending a Catholic mass. Okay, I imagine sound is bad since they're blind. But we've seen Dark Bramble seems to have like cast seeds out to the rest of the solar system. So we've found like bits of Dark Bramble on pretty much every other planet. So, and one of the Outer Wilds members came here to investigate, named Feldspar. So he's not in this one, but in the white, he seems to if we go through the white one, he seems to be there. We pick up his harmonica. So, okay, so now it's coming towards us. I don't suppose there's something we can do to distract it? Oh my god, yeah, so when I move my engines, it hears me. Interesting. What Adepto means? Can you explain the concept of Soledad? Oh, I've actually had conversations about this before, I completely forget. Mars 2 is being made? It's gonna be way better? Sick! Guess what Adepto means. Proficient? 75% of the music already done? Sick! Means fan? Huh. Okay. Sodod. Oh wait, no, I think I'm thinking of Albad, which is a poet friend was really interested in. It's a particular type of poem. Feeling of longing, melancholy, or nostalgia that is supposedly characteristic of the Portuguese or Brazilian temperament, according to Google. Not the Windy fan, though. Oh, so like, I'm a big supporter, so you guys would be a form of, Adepto. Fan is in Fnatic, yeah. So I wonder also if maybe if we go through and we can just coast by without using our engines. So like if we lock onto it and just go. Make Wormhon a Wyrm, so like add wings and fire. Hate that, hate that, hate that. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Oh, did not like fire wings? Isn't that like worm as in a dragon? Wyvern is another one. I'm fairly certain that W-Y-R-M, worm, is also a type of, another word for dragon, a worm. A huge limbless and wingless dragon. Welp, never mind. I've seen it used fairly generically for dragon, but I guess limbless. Okay. So no wings. Well, how would we denote it being a wyrm? So this will definitely be the last run. We do not have enough time to do another full one beyond this, but... So what do we do then? Do we take another big risk on Dark Bramble? And see if we can coast through without making any noise to attract attention? But I guess we weren't moving at the time, so how do we avoid them? I don't think I've come across anything that allows us to make new noise, unless maybe something with deep space radio. Also, we should check out, there should be a distress beacon coming from Dark Bramble, right? Because one of the things got trapped there. So maybe actually, we need to learn more from the hanging city, so maybe that could teach us a bit more. Like Wormhaunt into a Hollow Knight worm. Oh, okay. One of them big boys. I can think about that. We're both thinking the wrong creature. Thinking of worm with a U. Okay. So first off, let's get the number of Dark Bramble and check it for a distress beacon. Distress bacon. So there is a distress beacon. Okay, fine. Maybe we can find the distress beacon on the surface? So I'm trying to think. I guess we could do like maybe the Hollow Knight Worm Crest or something? Distress bacon. Well, it's, I've not actually heard it from the lips of a German person, but the concept of Kummerspeck, right? Grief bacon. So I kind of like the idea of distress bacon as a more anxiety-oriented one. Okay. So let's see if we can... the distress beacon seems to be coming from the inside. Distress beacon and... Okay, so the distress beacon and Feldspar's music both seem to be coming from the same location. It's inside the hollow. I keep calling the creatures in House of Dragons, but those are definitely wyverns. Oh, because they don't have the front legs, yeah? I've not watched House of the Dragon, but from watching Game of Thrones. So it says it's only 300 away. So what if we cruise? Let's turn off our lights. So now we aren't getting any... No, we are, but it's from over there. Okay. So let's nudge ourselves over there and then just try and be as quiet as possible. And maybe we'll avoid notice. Like, it's interesting that we've got the anglerfish, but then we've also got something that, like, the distress signal, that almost feels like its own form of lure, right? Also, what's up with the red one? Why are the anglerfish always so much more clustered around that one? Anyway, the German story of the kid that murders another one and then get killed by their father and a baby drowns and the father kills himself and the mom dies with grief is called The Kids Who Played Butcher or something like that. Yeesh! Sounds like yummy food, go towards it. Yep, that's what we're kind of trying. And we're trying to be quiet, so I don't hopefully crap myself. The Kids Who Played Butcher. Hot damn. Sure I won't get eaten? Oh, definitely. And we're being quiet. We turned off our lights. Oh, you know what else we could try? What if we got the hell out of our ship? I wonder if it would go after the ship. If it's an anglerfish that's crying and in pain? Could be, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the, Oh, whenever we change angle... so changing angles also uses thrusters. That's right. I figure that if it was... well, so this is a frequency that we know maps to, distress beacons from some Nomai shuttles. But I guess... So I don't think it would be a pain cry, but it could be a luring cry. So again, we lose it. So the distress beacon keeps coming from the white. Make your own show House of Wyverns, and the Wyverns will look like dragons. Yeah, stick it to them. Yeah, so the beacon is always coming from there, but the red is almost more interesting. Although, so I can't tell if this is a... Okay, let's ignore the red, even though it seems like close and obvious. I am interested in the pretty red light, but every time we go there, it seems to be very bad. So let's keep trying to track the distress beacon. If that doesn't work, the only other thing I can really think to try is to go into the red one, and then ditch our ship and hope that the anglerfish go after the ship rather than us. Is that... No, okay, that's just more bramble, not an anglerfish itself. Okay. Trying to be very careful, very sneaky. Okay. Saw an animal and it pooped something out. I wouldn't go for the poop either. Yeah. So that's my hope, but they also, we found out that's what we got from the twins, is they can't see, they're blind. Which, I mean, adorable. Ah, that was it. I was getting distracted by the red light. We just needed to go. So this is a different layer. Oh god, okay. So this is the shuttle. But it's not feldspar. Okay. The shut L. Shut the L up. Ha 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 ha. Okay. And we seem actually properly stationary. Okay. This is the most headway we've made on Dark Bramble. Well, that's awkward. Okay. And that seems like a path leading us somewhere, but... Okay, so where do we... So there's the distress beacon. Give me the distress bacon. Honk. So now we need to figure out how the hell to get in here. Honk. Okay. Ah, there's the inside. Okay. This is exciting. Our escape pod crashed as we tried to flee this place, destroying our movement and communication capabilities in the process. We've held out as long as we could here, but this pod's air supply of breathable air is nearly depleted and the anglerfish attack more and more frequently. Our best chance at survival is return to the vessel to either repair the damage or, more properly, await rescue. Seka, is the message finished? The vessel's beacon is already growing fainter. We'll be gone in a matter of hours. We need to leave here quickly. Okay. Let's see if there's anything deeper in. Yep. So this is typically the ship's logs. Escape pod 3. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Now launching escape pod 3. Multiple collisions have altered pod's trajectory. Significant damage sustained. Pod detected. Navigation error. Life support error. Propulsion error. Scanning internal and external environment. Scan complete. Gravity not detected. Breathable air not detected. Multiple life forms detected. Potentially hostile. Do not exit the pod. Okay, great. Awesome. Love that. Okay, there's also... So that's... Is that a separate recorder? There's a new problem. Our equipment is detecting 2 distinct beacons from the vessel. But it isn't possible for the vessel to be in 2 different locations at the same time. I agree, but the beacons are exactly identical to each other. Perhaps if I had more time. We're nearly out of time already. Then the vessel's beacon is quickly fading. Soon it will be gone and we will be lost. We will follow the beacon whose source is nearest to us. But suppose that beacon is false. We likely don't have enough air to reach the farther of the 2 beacons, then the decision is made for us. Uh-oh, did they do a time travel no-no? Maybe? Or, so either time travel no-no possible, might also be something where the anglerfish are duplicating it, or Dark Bramble seems to have like weird extra dimensional space, so maybe there's 2 different routes to get to the same one. Leave a trail of lights as we go. There's still a chance someone could hear our escape pod's distress signal. So we want to follow them. So either they succeeded and we want to follow them, or if we follow them, we are going to our death by anglerfish. Emergency escape hatch. Oh, I'm sure that won't cause problems if we hurl that out. Great, okay. So that's gonna knock... Oh, that was stupid, so that's gonna knock some of the lights away, I guess. But let's get back to our ship. And let's see if we can follow things. Follow the lights. Okay. At least we're learning more about Dark Bramble, finally. Yeesh. Definitely replenish fuel, because I can see things going very, very poorly. Okay. So, the lights. Lights can't stop me. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Okay, they're this way. So it's kind of following these. And I'm not seeing an anglerfish light over there, but still... Oh, I would like to be cautious. So, the red is also a signal. Death by anglerfish is the name of your black metal band. Hell yeah. Well, we've suffered it once. Okay, there is an anglerfish over there, I think. Lights can't stop me. The lights very much can stop you, and they very much will eat you. Yes. This is true. Ooh. Okay, that looks like the core of Dark Bramble or something. This is very nerve-wracking. But no sounds from here? Oh. Oh, that seems bad. Those are dead Nomai, aren't they? Well, hey buds. Buddy boys. It's probably the most complete Nomai we'll ever see. Oh, that's crushing. To any who come here searching for us, we followed one of the 2 beacons from the vessel to this place, but now can go no further. It's almost too faint to hear now, but the vessel's beacon is still faintly emitting from within this thorny seed, yet the opening is too small for even a single Nomai to fit through, so our escape pod couldn't have flown through there. I don't understand how this could be possible, but this gruesome place seems able to manipulate space itself. Maybe this was our undoing. To be so close to the location of the vessel and still so far is difficult. Worse, the vessel's beacon is dying. Soon we will be unable to hear it. There's nothing we can do now but try to perhaps find a way inside, or at least attempt to comprehend why this happened. My dearest hope is that the other escape pods are able to reach relative safety. Oh, that's crushing. Oh, I don't want to bump into them, but that's... Oh, there's so many of them. To die in such a horrid place. I'm glad that we could find them. I'm sorry, we're going to have to bump you out of the way. Oh, what a horrible, horrible end. But I'm glad that we could... Error duplicate signal. Oh my god, there's back kick momentum? Okay. So that looks like something. So there is something in there. But yeah, duplicate signal, so there might be another one? Trying to get in there is going to puncture our spacesuit, isn't it? So is there any... So, I assume the distress beacon won't do anything for us. Yeah. So we need to figure out where the other one is. And this is... Same message, right? Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure, see if there isn't anything else. It might be the red one, because we know we can get through the red, and that's where Feldspar is, but they always group... Oh, wait, it's not this time? Can we not hear feldspar whatsoever? So we have lost all navigational ability. We have no clue where this is. Let's see what our ship says, because sometimes there are details that we miss, and the logs make a lot clearer. That's... oh my god. Well, anyone familiar with the poem The Soldier by Rupert Brooke? In the corner of some foreign fields, the soil will be England forevermore. About a soldier who dies fighting a foreign war. That's, again, you know, not a big fan of war and such, but the concept that there's still some part of them that is continuing on. Some part of Dark Bramble will always be claimed by the Nomai spirit of, I guess, exploration and passion, so I'll try and take comfort in that. The vessel crashed somewhere in Dark Bramble. Launched my scout ship into the sea in Nomai Grave and took photos of an enormous derelict Nomai ship. Survivors, okay. Followed the 2 vessel beacons to a small Dark Bramble seed where they could go no further. Nomai could faintly hear the vessel's beacon from within the seed, but the opening was too small for a single Nomai to fit through, much less an escape pod. Vessel's beacon was dying and would soon be gone completely. If I launch my scout into the seed, I can take photos of an enormous derelict Nomai ship. Not familiar with it, but I believe I heard mention. Yeah, I like it a lot. There's a Pink Floyd song off of the final cut called The Gunner's Dream, which references it, and I enjoy that much, so that's what's going on in my head for trying to justify how sad that scene is and cope with it. So, one of 3 Nomai pods that crashed in our solar system. All 3 were launched from something called the vessel, which was badly damaged. Survivors from Escape Pod 3 detected 2 distant beacons from the vessel as if it was in 2 locations at once. So, I'm guessing the other seed is the one on Timber Hearth, but oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, that feels real bad. So, is there any further indication of where we might go? Oh god, okay. I'm trampling all over this grave. Wow, the brambles really like to stick, don't they? Let me guess. That's going to be an anglerfish? Yep, here goes the Nomai body. Yeesh. Yep, so that's an anglerfish. Let me guess. Whoop! Got stuck. Also an anglerfish. So, the only other way I can see us going in here, the only other thing that seems to be an indication, is the red. And it seems to be a different red. So this is the deeper red, and through it is going to be a F-ton of anglerfish, right? At least that seems to be the way. Don't like leaving my butt exposed to them, but... yeah, so it does this... there's the super close cluster of them. So, they're guarding it. So here's what we're gonna do. Just double checking. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything through there. So it might be intended for us to die. But we're going to send a scout. And then we are going to power through and abandon ship. And hopefully... oh god. So as soon... so they didn't pay attention. They didn't pay attention until I lightly tapped one of my keys. And then they heard that. So... yikes. So, we do need to drift through there. But if we can actually drift... I don't think using the ship as a decoy will necessarily help, but if it's just us, that might be helpful. But, unfortunately, I think I have to call it for today because we've been a little over 5 hours and I gotta go do all of those good things of eating food and whatnot. But we made some good progress here. Arnva Springs was also fun. Lingo, we made a little progress and learned a little more Geometry Dash. I had fun. Hopefully most of y'all did too. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it. That's we're gonna have to keep thinking about that. But I think we can make it through Dark Bramble now, and that gives us some good information. Even if not, I don't know what it all means, but thoughts are percolating. I hope we can do that. And hey, we've now seen a mostly complete gnome. I guess we also kind of saw one on the Quantum Moon, but that felt a little different. Now, building this nether ice road may have taken 10 hours, but that does mean I can travel between places that are 12,000 blocks apart all of the 5 times you'll need to do it. Well, hey, if that's not engineering, I don't know what is. Simple. It means that stuff is happening. I like that perspective, Essie. I think that's probably a probably far saner way of going about it. But yeah. I'm gonna wrap up, but thank y'all for hanging out. It's been a blast. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And hopefully we'll catch some of you on Monday where we will probably see if we can finish up in Dark Bramble and then maybe figure out more with the twins and Quantum Moon. Travel 12,000 blocks in less than a minute, you should add. That is impressive. That is very good. So, hell yeah. And do we want to raid? Is there anyone going right now? No channels live. And I'm guessing no one has a strong urge, otherwise channel point redirect things, so we'll just call it. Thank you. Hopefully see some of you Monday, and yeah, do great things. But for now, bye! Oh, the work was fun, but the wages low. Leave her, Johann, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her.